Welcome in, builders. We're taking a first look / impression at Revelry. Thank you very much to the publisher Indie Nova and the studio Rolling Cat Studio for giving me a review code. That does not impact my opinions on this, but thank you for that. This is a match 3 Chinese city builder, very relaxed, chill game. If you like the city building and the mansion building that we got in House of Legacy, but you thought that that could use a little bit more mechanics, that's kind of what this is going to be. We're not going to be dealing with clan things or things like that. We're focused on building up a town. The game itself is going to launch on Steam on July 16th. It's going to be priced at $9.99 and should have a 10% discount for 2 weeks. I'll have the trailer for the game linked in the description below. What you get, we have 5 maps to start with here. Each of these 5 maps is unique, has a different location and different mechanics. We have Blossom Valley, which we are going to cultivate tea and peach blossom brews. We have Camel Bells, where we are going to trade on the Silk Road. We have the Harbor Horizon, where we are going to command a merchant fleet. We have Seasons Bounty, where we have to farm with the seasons and make sure that we have enough food to survive the winter. And we have Chang'an's Dream, which is going to have different districts that synergize with each other for scholars, farmers, artisans, and merchants. Full disclosure, I've only played in Blossom Valley. There's a decent amount of gameplay here. You are not going to zip through these too quickly. Let's go ahead and just start up. Let me just trash one of these. Start up a new game and let's look and see what it looks like. I do have the tutorials turned off, so those are not going to pop up on us here. So this is what the game itself looks like. The time is flowing. You can see down here we're in year 1 of January, and to my knowledge, there's no way to pause, but it's not really a big issue because we're going to be just building things. There's not really a lose condition that I've really seen so far. First thing is we have various different buildings. We have a build menu that we can build things. Right now, all I can build is a simple thatched cottage. And the main gameplay loop here, I'm going to put my paintbrush, but let's spawn it right here. You can grab and move anything. I have not found anything that is permanent. You can always move things around. Let's put it here. And the base mechanic of the game is if you have 3 of the same thing, you can combine them. You saw there it popped up, it showed a little bit of a cost. Right now we have grain, wood, and stone as our resources. Move this over here. So now we have 3 of these, and I can combine those. I can combine those up. Nope, no, I can't because there we go. So I'm not clicking correctly. Same thing with our fields here. So we have, I believe that's a tier 3. We have a tier 2, and we have 3 tier 1s. So if I combine those, now I have 2 tier 2s, and I can't combine those because we need to match 3. The main limiting factor we're going to have here is actually our manpower. We need manpower to work each one of these tiles, I'm going to call them. So here you can see we need, oh, excuse me. The farms do not use manpower, but the other ones do. So our grove, where we're getting cedar wood from, this one right here is 2 manpower. We just had an event that it's raining, which is affecting, irrigates the farmland, reduces crop maturity time by 4%. So we're gonna have lots of little events like that. We'll manually harvest up our food and our stone and our wood. As we progress through the game, we'll be able to auto harvest things, and we unlock things by just getting higher tier buildings for the most part, not entirely. So if I go over here, oh, there's a remnant of a bridge. I need 3 manpower to be able to do that. So let's add a house. This is giving me 1 manpower, so I'm going to need 3 of those. And if I'm going to have 3 anyways, maybe I combine those. So now this house right here gives me 4 manpower. So this tier 2 house is more efficient than having 3 low tier houses. But we need wood and stone to upgrade it. Now that we have the manpower, let's click on this bridge and unlock the next little section. This unlocked some decoration things, landscape as it's called here. We also unlocked some more buildings. A whole bunch of buildings. going into landscapes is where we unlock the roads. From what I've seen so far, these are just decorative. They don't actually do anything. You don't have to connect like houses to roads or anything. In our build menu, now we can do more farms. We can put in more trees. We can have more quarry space. Let's drop a tree here. So this, I could combine these into a higher tier one. Just like with the houses, these are going to end up being more efficient than the individual ones, but you do need to keep an eye on your manpower. So let's, again, I don't know how far under I am. Busy and limited is 17. There we go. And now it's not grayed out. When it's grayed out, I didn't have enough manpower to be able to have it function. In this map, at least, when we open up this second area, we have this tree here, and we're going to basically have villagers put requests up here. A lot of times they'll be like, oh, we don't have enough grain. Could you please give us some grain? And if you do that, it'll give you something else. Either it will be more materials, or we can get new things unlocked in here. These are our gallery of buildings. So this is kind of, I guess you could say your tech tree, but not really. So far we've seen simple thatch cottage, a standard thatch cottage, a tiled house. If I combine 3 tiled houses, I would unlock a cottage. Along the way, you're going to unlock various things by doing that. So at first here, I'm just getting resources, but on this tiled house, I actually have a reward of a lantern stand. So that's a new building we could get. And this is going to be for all the things. Here's various different farms we're going to work our way up. There's our groves, our stone. These are the peach blossoms that we're going to brew. Tipsy petals. Ancient tea plants. We have tea stands, so we can sell. I air quote sell because you don't actually sell it. But again, we want to go up here because look, here's a bamboo pavilion building. This is how you unlock new things. And you can go all the way through here. I'm just going to click claim all and unlock what I've got. And over here, we have the gallery of scenery. This is making combos of various buildings. And when we do, it increases the prosperity of our village. The prosperity of our village, all those things, is this bar right here. This is our ultimate goal, is to fill this up. So right now you can see I'm at 10 out of 700. Why do we care about prosperity? Well, beyond just being kind of the win condition, prosperity, merging buildings costs 1% less. So you can actually lower the cost of buildings, which kind of becomes important because sometimes I did find I had to sit around and kind of wait for my wood and stone to come in. In addition to that, we have auspiciousness. The village is a place of auspiciousness. When synthesizing buildings, there's a 10% chance of auspiciousness occurring. From what I can tell, what that is doing is when we do a combine, there's a 10% chance that we double the outcome. So I would get 2 of these. At the beginning, it's kind of whatever because it's like, okay, yeah, that's nice to just have a little free house. But when you're doing really expensive high-end buildings that you've matched 3 through like 5 tiers to build up to, getting that doubled is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Going back to our gallery here. So we have these scenic moments. So what we need to do is we need to try to make these combos. From what I can tell, you actually need the combo to stay. So this is not like the unlocking of the buildings where once you have it, you have it. So like if I wanted to make gentle glow sprinkle, I would need a small grain stack, an ox cart, and a steamed bun stall. If I later on took my small grain stack and I upgraded it, it would break this combo and I would need to add another one of these. So this is the reason why you'll have kind of like a decorated village. Like here's one of those right here. And if we move my farm, R to rotate, over here, we'll move the lantern. The lantern, I just know, slightly increases manpower provided by buildings. So we'll put that over by the houses. We'll put the farms over here. So you can see I'm watering the farms from the well and I'm auto harvesting the farms with the grain stack. And as far as I've progressed, you can do most things. I don't know if it's absolutely everything. I just had to give them some food. I don't know if it's absolutely everything, but like there's a stand that will allow you to auto harvest rocks. There's a thing that will auto harvest the wood for you. The tea, the plum blossoms. I believe I found auto harvesters for all of those. And that's the basic gameplay loop. So like here I see, okay, I've got 2 tier 2 farms. Let's build another one. So spawn in 3 of those. Oh, Auspicious blessing. There we go. Perfect timing. Thank you. And then I can combine that. And now I have another level 3. And then I'll repeat the same thing. When I get 3 level 3s, I can upgrade that again. And that's how we're going to progress through the various buildings. I just got a quest over here. So here, oh, I've got a couple actually. So, oh, the grain's all been used up. Can you please give us 36 grain? I'll deliver it. Then you'll get a choice here. Usually, from what I've seen, it'll be like, here's a bunch of basic supplies of the other 2 that you didn't just use. So I gave her grain, so she's giving me wood and the stone. Or you can take kind of like a more advanced material, which has usually been this peach blossom or tea on this map, and some kind of decoration building. I don't think you can build these manually. So if I want to get a bustling marketplace, I would have to select this. Now, currently I cannot store this, so unfortunately I'm going to have to abandon that. So, okay. It's because I don't have a correct thing built. That dropped me right here, our bustling marketplace. Now, why do I care about that? Again, that's going back into the scenery. So let's find, yeah, here we go. Bustling marketplace. So if we have that, a fruit stand, and a vegetable stand, then we'll get that prosperity bonus. Actually, no. Output quantity per unit of time is slightly increased for all farmlands. Never mind, this is a different bonus on this one. So this will just make my farms more efficient. That's actually really good because the limiting factor that I found, you need to make sure that you are producing enough grain that you can always feed your houses. If you don't feed the houses, you lose the manpower. If you lose the manpower, like this tree over here, it's not being worked. So I am not producing any wood here. So the main loop is we need enough food to get manpower. We use the manpower to produce more resources, whether that's wood, stone, or later on we're going to add the peach blossoms, we're going to add tea, and other materials that we would maybe want to get. And that's the basic loop of the game. It sounds really easy, but it actually feels pretty addictive. Let me jump out of what we are currently in, and I'll show you the save game. Hopefully I didn't, now that I think about it, hopefully I didn't delete the one that was further advanced. And I'll show you, this is a couple hours in, maybe, not too far. You can see here, though, I've got some pretty high-end houses here. I've got a big pumpkin patch. I've really expanded the forest groves and the quarries. I've got various decorations. This was my test game, and so I didn't understand all the mechanics at the beginning. I'm sure I could progress a lot quicker. You can see up here, I've got 94 prosperity. I've got the peachy color, which gives us, inspires quarry workers, increasing their production. So you see, like, you want to decorate your village, which increases your output for various things, which lets you build higher tier buildings and more decorations. So there's definitely like a solid gameplay loop there. But at the same time, it's not like people are going to starve to death and we lose the game, at least not on this map. So it's very, very, very chill. I have not tried to open the next bridge yet. That was kind of what I was working on in this one. As you can see here, I need just a little bit more stone. So here's my collection. We have a liquor stand. I have to pay them in liquor, and when I do that, they auto collect the stone around there for me. So here is the tea stand. When I pay them the tea, they will auto harvest all of the wood for me. So as long as I keep that up and running, I don't have to individually click. Nice little progression. So in the early game, you have stuff to do, and in the later game, your basic resources are, I'm going to air quote, automatically harvested. Let's do this live. I haven't seen this before. We unlocked the bamboo fence. Excellent. A whole new area. Okay, lots of stone, lots of wood already. Couple houses, and you can see why the progression here, right? So the next one, we went from needing 500 stone. Well, now I need 2,000 stone. If we mouse over here, I already can actually store over 2,000 stone and 2,000. So I actually have enough storage. So if I wanted to just sit here and let my resources build up, I could unlock the next one. But why would I do that? I would come over here. I would click. This is middle mouse button to set that. And all I'm doing when I do that is that's where I'm going to plop down new buildings. And it doesn't matter because I can immediately grab it and I can rotate it. There's no limit, no cost. You can do whatever you'd like there. Oh, look at that. I can already do a little, come on, you can do a Babel. There you go. Do a little house. We'll put that there. Maybe he works in the quarry. It's simple, but it's a very satisfying loop. Like, yep, just auto harvest my food there. You can actually mouse over various buildings, like here, and it'll tell you. So we consume 60 grain every 30 seconds. We look here. We yield 68 grain every 16 seconds. So if you wanted to get really in depth, you could figure out all the math and balance things very perfectly. Generally speaking, I just like to make sure I'm running surpluses so that I can do the various missions that come in here. Oh, he wants 210 tea leaves. Let's look. I love that tea is listed as essential. I agree. I don't have that many. Okay, so let's look at the tea. Here's my tea, low tea plantation. It's a level 3 tea farm. And you can see various things here. So I've got these packed tea baskets. I make these by combining the production. So this isn't producing just basic tea leaves. I'm producing those baskets, which I can combine up into this, which if I had 3 of these, I could combine up to the next one, and so on and so forth. Now, some of those are needed for gallery things. Let's see if I can find one quick. Like you'll need, like here's one, a bottle of Blossom Brew. That's like a tier 3 or tier 4. Here's the like really high tier 6 ones. This is 1,590 booze stored in there. It's so much, in fact, I don't think I can store that much. Oh, I barely could if I was empty. How do you get more storage? You build more of the production building. So those are coming off of, where did I stuff those? Here we are. My peach blossom trees. And here you can see these again are level 5 trees. So they actually drop these level 3s. And if I combine, whoop, there we go. There's those bottles. And if I combine the bottles, oh, now I have this one. Oh, an auspicious blessing. Very nice. Very satisfying. And the fact that you actually use these either for, you could double click them and it adds to your resources, or they're actually decorations in and of themselves. Like we saw in the gallery, we needed the bottle. We needed that bottle, or here we go, I need this. So if I could get a tea shack, I could actually complete poetry, wine, and tea. So how do I get the tea shack again? Again, you go back here and you'll be looking through here looking for a quest. So they want some brew, okay. Here's a bustling marketplace, or I could get some supplies. So I feel like the best way to progress is you're slowly expanding your manpower and you're looking to complete quests. And ideally, you're looking for buildings that are going to complete scenes. Do note that you can't complete the same scene over and over. So I can't just make bustling marketplace times 50 to win the map. I only get the bonus for 1 bustling marketplace. But I have to say, it's a very satisfying gameplay loop. I think for $9.99 with 5 maps and the amount of play I've already gotten on 1 map, I think that's a very nice price. They say that there's going to be a 2-week 10% off. So if you're watching this at time of launch, I do think that's a pretty nice little deal there. I definitely think you'll get your value out of that. For me personally, for most games, I want at least 1 hour per dollar I spend on the game. I think you're guaranteed to get that here if this is your jam. Now, if you're looking for deep, intricate city building mechanics, it's not here. There are individual mechanics per map. Again, here we're making these tea and blossoms. In the other ones, we're doing like silk trade route. We're putting things in ships and trading them, etc., etc. But again, I don't think you're going to be getting down into the nitty-gritty crunchiness of waste removal and recycling numbers or anything like that. So if you're looking for a relaxing, just kind of chill time, the music's relaxing, the art is absolutely beautiful. I love this kind of just ink cute art style that they've got here. I absolutely love it. I think you would like this game. So if you enjoy this one, I will probably do at least a stream and we'll play through it together a little bit. Look on the channel either for that live after this video comes up and see when I'm scheduling that, or just check my VODs and see if there's anything there. So I want to say thank you again to Rolling Cat Studio and Indie Nova for sending me a review key. Very appreciated, very cool. Good luck on your launch. I think you have a cute little title here. All right, builders, that's it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed and you'll check out some more content on the channel. Maybe check out House of Legacy if this is in your wheelhouse. All right, Babble out. Have a great day. Enjoy building your city, builders.